ABC 6 News at 5 starts right now with weather first.
All right, we are looking at a lovely sunset tonight. Temperatures are on the cold side and will continue to drop as we carry on through the evening. We're above the freezing mark right now, but we'll be down to the low 20s here tomorrow morning. I'll have more on your forecast coming up.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Alex Cotter. We are continuing to follow breaking news just outside of our ABC 6 News studios. Police say there's an armed man who is threatening to kill himself or others, including police. This is video from our station security cameras right around 2 o'clock this afternoon. You can see a van back right up into our garage door, and then police move in quickly afterwards. ABC 6 News anchor Robin Wolfram is outside and has been there all afternoon. She joins us now live. Robin, what have you witnessed out there?
Yes, I tell you, it's been a really interesting day and evening here. It was started about 2 o'clock, at least here in Rochester. But earlier today, a call came in to our sister station in the Twin Cities at KSTP, and it was a man in crisis calling to say that he was going to be committing suicide in a park here in Rochester, and that he threatened if anybody came near that he would kill them, even if it was police. So we sent one of our reporters to cover that story, and it was Theodore Tollefson, and he's here now. We went out there, Theo, and you didn't see anyone there. You were waiting for police. Tell us what happened from that point forward.
Yes. So we received an email from KSTP around 9:30 this morning, just as my workday started, and I went out immediately to check where it was called for, which was East Park, just outside many of where Olmsted County officials and their offices are. So I go out there, and the park looks all but quiet. You know, this vehicle that we have in front of our station right now, which is burgundy van color, that itself wasn't out there. So I go out there, do a few laps, and that was practically it. And I came back to the station and went on another assignment, and I get calls from our colleagues of the situation that we're currently in now, where the van is parked in front of our station. And yeah, it's been a long, stressful day for all of us, but it was a false alarm at first, at least is what we believe from what I could gather. There was no police presence. The vehicle that is in front of our station right now was not there.
So you had no communication with police once that call came in to KSTP and we showed up in that park, no communication with police?
KSTP called the police, and they did not make any communication liaisons with us in that time being and follow-up until this moment happened around 2 p.m.
And what time was that this morning?
Again, that was 9:35 when we got the email, and I went out within 10 minutes after to follow up on that.
All right. Thank you, Theo. Well, and just to pick up from where that left off, it wasn't too much longer after that. We show up for our shift at about 2 o'clock, and I know Randy and I showed up just about the same time. And when I showed up, we can kind of take a look over here. We're at the TJ Maxx Plaza. We're on the side of TJ Maxx, and you can see where some of these police cars are. That's where the yellow tape is where I got stopped by police, and they said, "You've got to get out of here." I inquired about what the situation is. Of course, I was concerned about my colleagues at the station, because that's where all of these police cars and tactical units are. They said the station was in lockdown. I asked what it was about. They weren't willing to tell me. Shortly after, I got a telephone call from someone from our station, said they were in lockdown, weren't familiar with what was specifically going on, other than it was a man in crisis threatening suicide. Again, the situation, he was going to commit suicide and threatening that anybody who approached, he was going to kill them as well. So family has been gathering here all day. A lot of people who have been here at Wildwood Sports Bar and Grill. Some people who have parked here inside of the yellow tape, they have not been able to leave all day. Just in the last half hour, some of these cars have been able to leave, but not many. You can still see some of them are too close to where the situation is happening, that they have not been able to leave. And I know we've been looking around, and I'm kind of just going to direct you back to our station. You can see, if we can zoom in, on the black police sign. It's a black sign with white letters. That's exactly where the van is. You can kind of see the tail of the burgundy van butted up against to the garage there. That's where the man in crisis is. He's in that van. We heard him yelling. Are we still on? So we heard him yelling a while ago, and someone who witnessed it said he did have the gun up to his head, which is just a horrifying thought that this could transpire right here. Of course, we were talking to the police chief, Franklin, earlier today. He is hoping that the situation ends peacefully, as of course we all are. I did speak with the man's girlfriend earlier today, and she said she was certain he wouldn't do anything like this. But again, the fact that he called into our sister station in the Twin Cities saying that he was going to commit suicide, of course, police have to respond in a way that's going to protect the community and everyone involved. Now, a little bit later on in the newscast, we're going to be talking with Randy Brock and also with one of our producers who showed up at the same time, both as close to an eyewitness as we possibly can get to what transpired as everything came down at 2 o'clock today. Alex, yes, Alex, back to you.
Thank you, Robin. Now, as a recap, around 9 o'clock this morning, our sister station KSTP got a call from a man. He told them he was at East Park in Rochester and he was going to kill himself and any police officers who came near. We alerted police, and around 9:30, our Theodore Tolson went to East Park where he didn't find anything. Then around 2 o'clock this afternoon, the man showed up at our studios armed, and that's what is happening right now. Rochester police, including the SWAT team, showed up at our studios. Everyone is still outside, and police are still in communication with the man who they are calling a person in crisis. Just about an hour ago, we heard from Rochester Police Chief Jim Franklin.
Our mental health professionals and as well as family members as well, trying to connect with them and again, seeking that peaceful resolution.
One man was arrested after a crash on 19th Street Bridge over Highway 52 in Rochester Thursday morning. The crash happened just after 10 a.m. According to Rochester Police Department, the driver of the car took off running after crashing his vehicle. The vehicle hitting a light post, and before nearly hitting another vehicle, officers managed to track him down and arrest him. Nobody was injured, and emergency crews were cleared the scene by noon. Well, when we come back, we'll have more on the developing situation. Stay with us.
Theo's nose was cause for alarm, so Dad brought Puffs Plus lotion to save it from harm. Puffs has 50% more lotion and brings soothing relief. Don't get burned by winter nose. A nose in need deserves Puffs indeed. America's #1 lotion tissue.
Ooh, stuffed up again?
So congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Just Sinex? Breathe. What is wow? Sinex? Breathe. Ah.
Save big money on your next project. Right now at Menards. Upgrade any space and maximize storage with Dakota Closet Systems. Make your storage your own with our selection of custom sizes and styles to match your specific needs. Dakota Closets are easy to set up and are great for hanging clothes and storing accessories in any room of your house. Get this Dakota laundry system for $399.96. Remember, a Menards gift card makes a great gift.
Warm season's greetings to you all from Menards.
Mr. Nick, I am such a big fan.
Oh, what would you like this year?
$500,000.
You should play $1 Million Holiday from the Iowa Lottery. And if you don't win instantly, you can enter your ticket in the VIP club, where there's $1 million up for grabs, including the grand prize of
$500,000. Oh! Thank you. Your secret's safe with me.
Refashion, a family-owned business who loves quality luxury goods and helping you get awesome deals. At Refashion, you'll love the quality and variety of our selection and love the savings even more. So come and experience shopping at its best. Why pay full price for high-quality luxury items when you can find them at Refashion for a fraction of the cost?
Hi, I'm Alicia. Come shop with us at the River Center Plaza on North Broadway in Rochester.
ABC 6 News is brought to you by Weather Shield.
Welcome back. We're continuing to follow that breaking news just outside of our studios. Police say there's an armed man who is threatening to kill himself or others, including police. We are going to go back to check in on ABC 6 News anchor Robin Wolfram. Robin, how are things going now?
So, Alex, we're still outside the station here on Salem Road Southwest on the side of the TJ Maxx Plaza, of course, where our TV station is, KAAL. You can see some of the flashing lights. We are in a situation that essentially is a lockdown, both inside where the yellow tape is. Everyone inside the station is in lockdown. However, it's interesting to note that the TJ Maxx Plaza is not in lockdown. People can leave, but they can't go back in. And that's the situation here. Randy, myself, one of our producers, all showed up at 2 o'clock for our normal shift. We weren't able to get in, but we did need the equipment, of course, to set up this live shot and Randy's weather tonight. So we did have one of our reporters come out to deliver all of this equipment so we could bring you the latest on this story. But he's not allowed to go back in. And this will be the situation until this is resolved and hopefully in a peaceful manner. So again, it happened at 2 o'clock today here in the plaza. And one of our producers was just stepping outside for a brief moment. His name is Paul Dunn. Happens to be his birthday today, too. And, Paul, what did you experience today right at 2 o'clock? You were here just as this was starting to happen.
Yep, I stepped out for a cigarette at about 2 o'clock. As I was finishing up, I opened my door, and a black van comes screeching in the parking lot with two or three cops running behind it. At first, I actually assumed that that was the car in question that was holding the suspect, but it quickly became clear that that was a police van, some sort of SWAT vehicle. And as I'm trying to kind of figure out what's going on, two cops kind of come from behind my car holding ARs saying, you gotta go, he has a gun, just kind of making sure that I get out of the area. So I didn't have even time to think, I just took off. I ran to the lobby of Wildwoods, stood out there, tried to kind of gather some information, figure out what was going on, figure out if there's any issues with safety towards the public. Right now, we heard from Chief Franklin, who said there is no threat to the public. It's just a person in crisis, but safety is top of mind out here right now. So yeah, we're just hoping that this all gets resolved peacefully, but that's pretty much all I know.
Okay, I'm going to backtrack just real quick, because as we look at this situation right here, we know that you were right by that garage door, and that's exactly where the person in crisis's vehicle is. And so police came in apparently behind him. You might not even recognize that that's where that van was, right?
Yes, it's actually a possibility that I walked by it without noticing it. There's often cars parked there. It's a handicapped spot, so I don't pay much attention to cars that are parked there. It could be someone just visiting the plaza. I'm not 100% sure he was parked there. It was either I walked right past him or 30 seconds after I walked out, he pulled in. So I'm pretty thankful for the fact that I didn't get into some sort of confrontation with this person.
Yeah. So, quick question. You were just coming into the building. What was it about the police coming up and say, get out of here, that you felt the need to cross over into Wildwoods as opposed to going right back into the building?
Well, it became clear that he was right by the door, so it would have been hard to get in. And just the tone of the police officers and the weapons that they were carrying definitely suggested that this wasn't some sort of drill. They weren't kidding around. This was a serious situation, and I had to get out of there.
Yeah, Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
We're certainly glad you made it out okay. And again, Randy and I were coming into work at 2 o'clock about the same time. I wasn't able to get in. Randy was able to get in. He parked right here. This is his black truck. But once he pulled in, police said, you can either stay or go, but you got to get out of here. And so Randy just ran. He came into Wildwoods as well. We're going to talk to him coming up in just a couple minutes about what he experienced when I came here. Same thing. Just came right here where this police car is. Nothing was cordoned off as of yet. So it was interesting. I noticed cars blocking. I'm like, why are people blocking off my direct route to work? So as I pulled up to try to get through where there was an opening, immediately a police car came. He got out of the car and said, get out of here, get out of here. So I was most concerned about what was going on at the station. Was everybody okay? And he said everyone was locked down, everyone was safe. Didn't know what the situation is, but now we do know. It's a man in crisis, threatening suicide, threatening to kill anybody who comes near him or tries to stop him. We have been listening to police communicate with him with a megaphone. We've heard the man actually yelling out his window. I have actually communicated with the man's girlfriend. He has been back and forth in communication with her. Police, when I was standing there, had asked, tell him to please drop the gun out the window. And she asked him to do that, and he refused. So that's the situation that we know right now. We're waiting this thing out. We certainly hope for a positive resolution to this. And I just want to mention right now that mental illness is a very, very serious thing. We certainly hope that this resolves peacefully. We hope that this man gets the help that he needs. And yeah, we just, we're going to stay and wait it out. And again, just hope and pray that this ends peacefully. We'll continue to follow the situation, Alex, and we will bring you any updates, and certainly check back with us with any questions that you might have on the situation.
Thank you, Robin. Now, if you've just joined us once again, there's a man in crisis right outside of our studios here at ABC6 across the highway from the Apache Mall. Law enforcement is on scene here. We are allowed to leave the station, but at this time, no one is allowed back in. Please stay clear of this area. We will continue to bring you the latest on air and online. Stay with us. Randy will have weather first right after the break.
Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of them in a new Honda. Whether it's dropping off presents in a sporty Civic or picking up a few for yourself in a fun-to-drive HRV. Your holiday adventure awaits with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
K&S is celebrating 35 years this fall and saying thank you with huge savings on all Lennox furnaces, air conditioners, and heat pumps. A new energy-saving Lennox furnace and matching air conditioner is anniversary priced at $77.35 after all discounts and incentives. 35 years delivering the best quality and guaranteed best price. Get your free estimate at 282 Heat or ksheating.com.
K&S Heating and Air.
Big hits, fast action, tons of family fun. Come see the hockey stars of tomorrow today. Get your tickets to the fastest action in town. Go to austinbruins.com for a full schedule and a link to tickets.
The best gifts aren't under the tree. They're in the backyard for the whole family to enjoy. Master Pool & Spa's holiday sale. Save up to 60% on a new hot tub or swim spa. We have nearly 40 different models to choose from, and our 20 years of experience guarantees you the perfect spa with professional delivery and trade-ins welcome, plus 18-month 0% financing from Minnesota's largest spa dealer, Master Pool & Spa, 394 in Louisiana, 952-253-0665.
Weather on ABC6 News is brought to you by Schwebel Getz and Siva. Join the conversation. Go to our ABC6 Facebook page, facebook.com/KAALTV.
Schools across the country will have access to free COVID-19 tests in the next few days. The Department of Education says schools should get the tests within 2 weeks of ordering. Next week, the federal government also opened up another round of free tests for all American households. And we expect to learn more today about a new legislative plan aiming to help reduce the cost of child care. Families are already using a huge chunk of their income to pay for child care, and at the same time, costs are rising for child care providers to do their job. A new proposal from state lawmakers aims to help using a reimbursement system to help families who don't currently qualify for aid who make up to $176,000 a year. Under the plan, care providers would receive the funding directly and the discount would appear on the family's monthly invoice. The amount would be based on factors such as income, the numbers of kids you have, and the age of your children. Now we join Weather First meteorologist Randy Brock, who's standing by outside of our studios to bring us the latest in weather. Randy?
Yeah, Alex, it has been, as far as the weather goes, it's been a quiet day. It's been a pretty mild day for the end of November. Our high today, take a look at this, was way above average. We made it to 43 degrees in Rochester and highs were in the 40s area-wide today. A pretty mild wrap up to the month of November. Temperatures have been on the cool side, of course, this afternoon, late in the day. But what a beautiful finish to the day right there. Lovely view there from our sky cam on Broadway Plaza. Clouds are going to be on the increase overnight and temperatures staying typical for the end of November and beginning of December. And then this weekend it gets just a little bit milder. By the way, we have seen a couple of clouds today, but tonight, as we have a clear sky so far, it might be prime viewing for the aurora borealis. There's a system down to our south that'll send a few extra clouds our way tonight, but I am optimistic that we'll have some clear sky for the northern lights. Temperatures have slipped down to below the freezing mark in Rochester now, 30 in Owatonna, 31 in Mason City. Working a little bit of a breeze, and it's feeling more like we are in the 20s right now. And staying a bit chilly here for the rest of this evening. But again, it's the very end of November, and we've been pretty spoiled so far on the course of the month. Temperatures are going to be down to about 20 degrees here by tomorrow morning. The winds stay light tonight, around 5 miles per hour. And our low tomorrow morning is going to be down into the teens, and highs tomorrow with more cloud cover are going to be back in the low 30s. Northern Lights, it's optimistic. We've got quite an explosion that occurred in the sun, sent a lot of energy our direction, and that could light up the sky tonight. And temperatures are going to be on the cold side, of course, as we are down below the freezing mark now. And tonight, it's looking good for us as we have just a few thin clouds drifting through. Overall, very quiet weather continuing for us going into the very start of Friday. One little storm system glancing down to the southeast, not getting a whole lot closer than the Quad Cities and southern Wisconsin, and more cloud cover on Saturday as well. You don't have to go that far west. It looks like you'll see a little bit of sunshine around Albert Lee, but tonight it is going to be quiet and cold with a low in the teens, possible aurora borealis, a high tomorrow of 34 degrees, and area-wide temperatures are going to be just above the freezing mark, ranging around 33 to 35 degrees in our viewing area. And on your extended forecast, we'll see those highs staying in the 30s this weekend with just a slight chance of snow Saturday night into Sunday, and staying in the 30s to even mid-40s by the middle to the end of next week. So this mild trend continuing for us, quiet weather. That's a good thing when the news has been a little bit crazy. So Alex, we can enjoy a pretty cold, quiet night tonight.
Thank you, Randy. We'll have more ABC 6 news coming up right after the break.
Weather on ABC 6 News is brought to you by Thatcher Pools and Spas.
Toyotathon is on! Make your holidays a little more magical with a new Toyota. Come in today.
Get $1,500 finance cash on 2023 Tundra models and $1,000 on 2023 Tundra hybrids. Toyota, let's go places.
Do you struggle with occasional nerve aches in your hands or feet? Try Nervive Nerve Relief from the world's #1 nerve care company. Nervive contains ALA to relieve nerve aches and B-complex vitamins to fortify healthy nerves. Try Nervive and try Nervive Pain Relieving Roll-On.
Sometimes Jonah wrestles with falling asleep, so he takes ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, for a better night's sleep. So now he wakes up feeling like himself, the reigning family room middleweight champion. Better days start with ZzzQuil nights.
An official message from Medicare.
Let's give her a minute before we start. You know how she is.
Y'all check your Medicare plans? It's open enrollment.
No, why?
Because plans change each year. So can your health. Make sure you choose the right plan for you and your budget. You might save some money or get a few extras.
What I miss?
Open enrollment ends December 7th. Compare your prescription drug and health options at Medicare.gov. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
A man's desperate call to St. Paul leads to a standoff outside our very own studios. Coming up, details on how the suspect allegedly pointed a gun at police officers during a crisis situation. We'll bring you the latest from the lockdown at 6.
Toyotathon is on! Time to make the holidays picture perfect with a new Toyota. We're gonna need a bigger tree.
Get $1,000 finance cash on some of our favorite 2024 Toyota models. Toyota, let's go places.
Closed captioning on ABC 6 News is brought to you by Hearing Associates. Stay connected when you're on the go. Download the ABC 6 News mobile app to have the latest updates at your fingertips.
Welcome back. We are continuing to follow that breaking news just outside of our studios. Police say there's an armed man who is threatening to kill himself or others, including police. We're going to go back outside to check in on ABC 6 News anchor Robin Wolfram. Robin, how are things going now?
Yeah, Alex, so the night just keeps dragging on, and it's still kind of an eerie quiet taking place here as we wait for this whole thing to play itself out, and hopefully it will peacefully. We've talked to a few people who have actually witnessed what went down at 2 o'clock, including one of our producers. And also, as we said, Wildwood Sports Bar and Grill, many people who have been locked down because of this situation, their cars parked in the parking lot. And one of the waitresses here we're going to be talking to who actually witnessed as the police cars were coming in. So tell us what you saw as 2 o'clock was just rolling around.
I had a couple tables come in, and we all started to look out the window. A bunch of cop cars pulled up, saw them start to draw their weapons, and then kind of just been like this steady for the rest of the night.
Now, did you talk to some of the folks inside that were stuck for a while?
Yep, there was a couple tables that were stuck in here for like 2 hours. The tape was blocked off, so they couldn't get their cars out. So we just had to sit inside and wait.
Yeah. And so it's still going on. Have you noticed any impact that it's had on business?
It's been a little bit slow tonight, but people are still coming out.
Yeah, well, we appreciate that. Thank you. So glad everybody's okay. So as we said, it started here at 2 o'clock, but a little bit earlier, just to kind of recap, our sister station at KSTP in the Twin Cities got a call earlier this morning that there was a man who was here in Rochester. He called the station directly saying that he was going to commit suicide and that he was actually going to shoot or try to kill anybody who approached him to try to stop him, including police. We sent a crew there, but no one was at the park. And so after that, about 2 hours after that phone call came in, this happened. At 2 o'clock, the cars came pouring in. We had one of our producers who was here and was caught right in the middle of everything as it was going down. He came over and ran into the lobby of Wildwood Sports Bar and Grill, and it's been this situation ever since. What has happened is we have seen tactical teams, we have seen SWAT teams, we have police here, all with automatic rifles drawn, and you can't see it now. In fact, we saw so many more flashing lights and vehicles out here in the parking lot earlier, but what's happening now is they are surrounding the perimeter of the building. So you can't see it, but trust me, there are so many emergency vehicles around this building just waiting for this whole thing to transpire. We have heard him talking, the man in crisis. We have heard police talking to the man in crisis. We understand that there's communication going on, but apparently he's not willing to relinquish his gun. He's been communicating with his girlfriend. I was able to talk to her earlier. She said she didn't think that he would ever do anything like this. Of course, he is threatening that he will. And at one point, a witness here said that he had the gun to his head. So we are just, again, praying for a positive resolution. We understand that he does suffer from a mental illness, and so we're just praying that this all plays itself out in a positive way and that hopefully he gets the help that he needs. So right now we're just waiting to see what happens. We're being patient. We aren't able to get back into the building. Once somebody comes out of the building, they aren't able to get back in. So we're just waiting patiently to see, what kind of resolution happens as a result of all of this, Alex.
And thank you, Robin. And if you've just joined us once again, there's a man in a crisis situation here right outside of our studios across the highway from Apache Mall. Law enforcement is on the scene here. We are allowed to leave the station, but at this time, no one is allowed back in. Please stay clear of this area. We'll continue to bring you the latest updates on air and online. Stay with us. More ABC6 News is right back.
On your period, sudden gushes happen. Say goodbye gush fears thanks to Always Ultra Thins with rapid dry technology that absorbs 2 times faster. Hello, clean and comfortable. Always fear no gush.
Vicks VapoStick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors. Easy to apply for the whole family. Vicks VapoStick. And try Vicks Vapo Shower for steamy Vicks vapors.
In my lifetime, I've been knocked around a few times. No matter how many times you get knocked down, hell, you got to get up off the turf. Back pain, knee pain, you name it, I had it. But when I walked into the Good Feet store and got fitted for arch support, I feel so much better. Very little pain in my back. I feel no pain in my knee. It is nothing like it. No matter who you are, whatever position you hold, in some way, we can help somebody. And that's what the Good Feet store does. They help you keep going with life.
The best gifts aren't under the tree. They're in the backyard for the whole family to enjoy. Master Pool and Spa's holiday sale. Save up to 60% on a new hot tub or swim spa. We have nearly 40 different models to choose from, and our 20 years of experience guarantees you the perfect spa with professional delivery and trade-ins welcome. Plus 18-month 0% financing from Minnesota's largest spa dealer, Master Pool and Spa, 394 in Louisiana, 952-253-0665.
It's the Black Friday sale at Deutsch Furniture Gallery. Save 30 to 50% off store-wide. Then spin to win prizes and extra savings. Plus, enjoy 18 months interest-free and free local delivery. Deutsch Furniture Gallery, voted Rochester's best furniture store.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for making Christmas possible this holiday season.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for the donation. Thank you for supporting the Marine Corps Reserves. Toys for Tots.
And ABC 6 by giving back to our community.
Hair services provided by West End Salon and Med Spa.
Welcome back. Our temperatures tonight dropping down below the freezing mark, and with a little bit of a breeze, it's feeling like we're in the 20s. Highs tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday, they're back above the freezing mark. Things are going to stay pretty quiet here for the next 10 days, but there are a couple of storm systems just glancing down to our southeast, so there's a chance for a little bit of snow Saturday night into Sunday, and that's about it for the excitement. Going into the first week of December, temperatures start to climb a little bit. Robin, we'll send it over to you.
Well, as we wrap up this newscast, again, we are all outside reporting from just outside the station because this situation is an ongoing situation. An eerie silence taking place as we just wait for this to play itself out. Again, a man in crisis threatening to commit suicide. We've got Rochester Police. We've got tactical units, everyone just waiting to see how this transpires. They are in communication with him. We've got everyone standing by, emergency vehicles where the flashing lights are just beyond up next to our garage is where the man in crisis is, in a van, in a burgundy van. He's been there since 2 o'clock today, and we are staying here. We're going to be covering this and bringing you all of the live updates as they become available. Alex.
Robin, thank you. The sun sets here in the Med City. We hope the sun sets here on this situation. World News is next.
Tonight, breaking news, the hostages just released. Where are the Americans? In the U.S., the deadly home explosion, the crater in the ground, and the arrest warrant at this hour for a Buffalo Bills star in Dallas.